Yay.
Hi.
Oh my God.
What's
I
the
have
matter?
had just my computer completely crashed. It won't even turn on.
Uh-oh.
My laptop I haven't used for 2 years, so it does not updated. My phone, I couldn't get Zoom on there, so I am on my iPad and I've had the worst damn day.
Oh dear.
Okay.
There we are. Okay. I am
And
just
this
doing,
is not, go ahead.
it's working. I mean, yeah, I can see you just fine. What do you have to teach tonight? The whole main
Money
thing
management in the main
in
room.
in the main room? Oh, we do need
Yeah.
we do need you on.
Yeah.
So your computer actually crashed or
It will not even turn on.
uh-oh. Huh.
So I don't
Well,
know what that means.
I kind
So I
of
have
blew
to,
mine up the other day and I had to get a new one. So,
I've only had this one for 2 years.
huh. Well,
And so I'm going to work on it and see what I have to do.
okay. Well, my son is on his way and he was going to rent a car. He landed about 5:30 in
Right.
Kansas City and he was going to rent a car, but there was a 3-hour wait for that. So he's taking an Uber from Kansas City
Oh my God.
to my house. That's um, but almost 2 hours.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness. So how much does an Uber cost from the airport?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
it's going to be pricey.
Yeah,
It's
he
only
said,
about 45 minutes from my house to the airport, and it's $100.
oh my gosh. Well, he said it would be cheaper than renting a car. So I'm going to take him back on Wednesday to the airport. So
Oh, that's so swell. He's going to be there.
yeah, yeah. If I hop off, it's because he's there. But
Yeah.
I think we'll be done hopefully before he knocks on the door, rings the doorbell. So
Okay.
I think that we need to all maybe shut off the rooms right at 45,
Right.
right at 7:45,
uh-huh.
because we don't need to go any further than that.
Yeah, I agree. I will, I've had them set at 30 minutes, but if we get late, if we're late starting in there, then
Right.
We have to make sure the person that's on at the very beginning doesn't go over.
yeah, yeah.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's Jessica.
she'll be right on
She's
time.
good.
And
Yeah.
well, I'm just saying Jessica, she's might be running a few minutes late, but we'll get it. But I think she's going to be on before we start. So, hi,
Okay.
Jean.
Hi. Oh, I got to get my little pom pom.
Yes,
I'm out of sorts, Jana.
it's all good. Guess what?
Just a minute.
I tried your dress on today and it fits.
She her computer crashed. Did you hear that?
No. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, her computer crashed and won't even turn on. And so then she got out her laptop that she hadn't used in forever and it wouldn't log on. So she's on her iPad.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah, it's been a traumatic day to say the least, but now I have my pom pom, so I'm good. What did you say you tried on? What dress?
I tried on the dress that you sent me, that gray and white one.
Yeah.
And because you know how things kind of fluctuate. Well, it's so long on me. I'm like, you must have such long legs.
I do.
Because like I had to have heels this high to wear it and unless I got it altered. So anyway, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, there's Lori and Marilyn and Jean. Yay, look at Lori, look at your hair. Lori
Yes.
got
Wow, she's curled up.
4.5 hours worth of work.
yeah, they're altering the color of her hair.
Yes.
And it looks so pretty. Like turn a little bit in the light, like tip your head in the light. Oh,
Yeah.
very nice. Oh,
We got
I
a
love that.
we can do a little tweaking with it, she said. So, but yeah, it was just getting the other color out. That was
Yeah.
the big
Do you
project.
just
Yeah,
feel totally glamorous?
I do. And I just walked
So,
in the house.
wow.
Yeah.
Gives you a whole new attitude.
Yes. And then I got this beautiful dress today at Jana's house.
Oh,
Did you tell her?
No,
Did
I
you-
did. We walked into my closet because we were talking about seminar gowns and she was talking about going shopping. And I pulled out one of my gowns that I wore and I said, "Oh," I said, "this is a size 6." And she said, "Oh, I think I can wear a 6." And so she tried it on and it was made for her, not for me.
I
And I'm like,
see.
oh,
Yes.
yes. And I bought it. And I think I saw you and Jessica maybe on that trip out. I bought it in Denver at Nordstrom Rack for 17 whole dollars. But
Yeah.
it's $1 million looking dress.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 It's gorgeous. So anyway, what are you all, Jessica can run the show, but we were going to talk a little bit before everybody else hops on. What are you doing to prepare for wrapping up the seminar year strong?
Facials, doing lots and lots and lots of facials.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah,
Love that.
perfect.
Making
Yes,
phone
but do you have
calls.
a?
Whoops.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Lori's making phone calls. She's one of my team leaders that's calling like our whole unit. Like, yeah. So thank you, Lori. That is a very,
Welcome.
very big team player thing. By the way, if you're on here and you might consider asking your sales director, do you need me to contact anyone? Could I contact anyone in our unit to help you out? That's a good thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it comes different coming from a sister beauty consultant than from the sales director. And, just giving other people ideas on how they can finish strong.
Yes. Love it. Jenny, do you have a face goal? Jenny, are you going to are you doing a face goal? I know you said you're going to be seeing faces.
I would like to get at least 10 faces or parties in this week.
Woohoo!
So, yes,
Love it.
I have 2 booked for this week. Actually, no, I have 3 booked for this week. I just had another one come through. So, and then 7 more to go at least.
And so how are you getting the faces?
I'm calling, I'm messaging people on Facebook, asking for referrals, and going back through my previous people saying, hey, do we need to update anything? Whatever it takes.
Okay.
Love it. Good strategy. Love it. So
Hey,
we got
Pam.
faces. Yes, I should be telling everyone hello. Sorry. Hi, Pam. Hi, everybody. Laura, Deborah. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Gina. Hi, Jean. Hi, Marilyn. Okay, awesome. So Jenny's going to be seeing some faces. Lori's going to be helping out and doing some calls. That's awesome. Anybody else have a game plan for the end of the seminar year? We have till June 30th. Woo woo. Hi,
Linda,
Debbie.
Matt's taking an Uber from the airport to my house.
Hi, Shay. Hi, Joyce. I don't think
You're
I
muted.
didn't get everybody else.
Linda, you're muted.
Anybody else doing anything to help their team wrap up? I know faces. We've been doing some career chats in our unit. I know Debbie's got some faces scheduled, working on that. Woo. Anybody else?
Des,
I'm going to be calling. Oh, whoops.
I think Des has got a couple people coming to a party tomorrow night.
Nice job. Woohoo. And Laura, what's your plan?
I'm going to call customers for reorders.
Yes. Awesome.
Mhm.
Woohoo.
That's what I'm good at.
That's awesome. Good
Yeah.
customer service calls, right?
Mhm.
I know I just did a party just now. That's why I was like, I'm running late. I just did a party with 4 people, so it was so fun. Hi, Becky. Who else came on that I didn't say? Hello, Stephanie. All right, we got one more minute. Anybody else have a tip? Reorders, those are perfect. Hi, Lisa.
Letting people know about the events that we have coming up and inviting them.
Yes, perfect. Yep, we're definitely got a bunch of events in our unit, so that's perfect.
Great job, Jean.
Yes. Anybody else that popped in? All right, it is time. I'm not going to say the time because there's so many different time zones. We're all like, wait, what time is it? Every time someone says 7, I'm like, wait, what? So we got all the different time zones in here. Well, welcome you guys. What are we on? This is week. I just looked
12.
at week 12. Yay, that's exciting. So woohoo, we did it great. So I am going to give you guys some announcements today, and then we're going to get into our breakout rooms. So just a little bit of announcements. As we were coming in, just a reminder, July 1st is the last day to register for seminar. So how many people, let's see a show of hands if you are registered for seminar. Let's see it. Woohoo! Okay, we got Judy and Jana and Jean and Linda and Gina and Becky. Oh, my screen's moving. And Donna and Lori. Yay! Awesome. And Jenny and Lisa. Awesome. If you have not registered for seminar, you have just a little bit longer to do that, but don't wait. Now's the time to register for seminar. Great recognition. You're going to hear from the different scientists. You can talk to different scientists at Mary Kay. You can hear, so many things. Talk to your director about all the perks. We could go on for decades and minutes about talking about all the perfect perks of Mary Kay seminar. So definitely get registered for that. Just a reminder, our skincare sets are 55% off. The time-wise sets, there's multiple different bundles with the time-wise sets, the time-wise ultimate, different bundles with that. So you can really get a good amount of time-wise sets with that 55% discount. And remember, it's 55% wholesale discount, but when you look at the retail, that's 10%, 5% wholesale, 10% retail. So you get a lot back with that. Plus the Mary Kay skincare line and the Clear Proof line. So lots of perks with those skincare sets. You definitely want to take advantage of that. June 30th, as you know, if you haven't heard, you just heard now, but June 30th is the last day of the Mary Kay seminar year. So it is our race to the end, closing out the year end. So check with your director. I'm sure you guys already know what you're running for, but if you haven't, like Jana said, reach out to your director, see if there's something that you can help with, either making phone calls to the unit. Thank you, Jana. That was a great idea. I wrote that down. So making phone calls to the unit, cheering on each other, checking with your team members, and then like we just threw out some ideas, seeing faces, sharing the crew opportunity, checking on reorders, all of those things can help with your unit year-end goals. So keep on working until the last minute of that. Also, today is National Pink Day. Hopefully you guys got your pink on. Tried to wear my pink today. I got some pink. Good job, Marilyn and Jenny. And who's got pink on? All of us directors. Okay, Lori's got her pink. So today, Mary Kay announced that we're #1 in the world again for skincare and color cosmetics for 3 years in a row. So #1 direct selling brand of color cosmetics in the world, 3 years strong. So yes, so exciting. So if you haven't been talking about that in your skincare classes, make sure that's another great way to talk to your customers. Reach out to your customers and let them know that we're #1, and it's a great time to celebrate that. So very exciting. Thank you, Mary Kay, for being amazing. And then also, we're going to continue next week. We will have we're going to have our meeting on June 30th. It's going to be a little bit shorter since it's the end of the seminar year. And then on July 7th, we're going to be having our, we're going to be still going to be at the same place, same time, same place, right here in the same Zoom link. We're going to be partnering with the national sales directors and going to be doing a vision workshop. So we're going to get ready to kick off the new year seminar new seminar year at our Vision workshop. We're super excited about that. It is going to be a YouTube live link, so we're all going to be right here. So you don't need to do anything different. Just come right here, same time, same place. But it's going to be hosted by, I think it's like 12 national sales directors, super special recognition for those who complete different challenges. We'll tell you about that. But we're going to be watching live, and we are going to be, they're going to be going through a book called Visioneering by Andy Stanley, and we will learn how to walk out the vision God gave us. You do not need to read the book. Oh, Janice got it. You do not need to read the book ahead of time, but you're just going to come and learn and get ready to walk out the vision God has made for you, and he can impact so many lives that we have attached this vision in your heart. So stay tuned for that. That'll be on July 7th, same time, same place here. Okay, so that'll be with that coming up in July. Okay, all right, so now, I don't know if I missed anything, directors, let me know. But now we're gonna do our top 10 for, our top 10 for the week with our scoreboard. You guys are cranking out points. We have so many points coming through this week. It's been exciting to look at the scoreboard. So let's go right into it. Number 10 from the Scott unit, we have Lisa Schrick. Woohoo! Number 9 from the Roman unit, we have Mary Ann. Woohoo! Number 8 from the Carter unit, we have Elaine. Woohoo! Number 7 from the Carter unit, we have Elizabeth. Woohoo! Number 6 from the Strunk unit, we have Lori Parks. Nice job. And number 5, oops, my thing just went away. Number 5 from the Sigel unit, we have Jenny Elkins. Woohoo! And number 4 from the new unit, the Schumann unit, we have Jennifer Byers. Awesome. All right. And number 3, drum roll. Number 3 in the Carter unit, we have Barbara Bell. She had 1,401 points come in. So Barbara, if you are on, would you unmute and tell us what you did? I don't think I see Barbara. Allison, do you see Barbara from your unit? Okay, Allison.
I think she's
unmute.
under, or
Oh.
she's under Marilyn, I think. Is that her?
No, I think it's a same last name, I think, right? But different consultant, maybe? Okay, so Allison, will you unmute and tell us some shout outs about Miss Barbara Bell with 1,401 points? Oh, it looks like you're unmuted, Allison, but we can't hear you. We can't hear Allison. Okay, let me look at the points more specifically. Okay, well, I will tell you. It looks like she had 1,000 points from group selling appointments, and she had 102 wholesale orders. She had some retail sales in there. She did a coaching call. She got new leads, and she was on the Monday night meeting. So hopefully I got it all. Nice job, Barbara Bell, when you watch the replay. Woohoo! All right, number 2 from the Roman unit is Becky Osborne. Woohoo! All right, Becky had 2,074 points. Becky, you can unmute and tell us what you did this week to get in the number 2 spot.
Just worked full circle. Got some bookings, got lots of bookings, so that was good. And then group selling appointment, coaching call, 1+1+1, got some new leads and retail sales.
Oh, that's the way to do it, right? Work full circle when you're booking and you're selling. Yep. What'd you say?
You froze up.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you froze up or if I froze up. So, okay.
I don't know. What did you say? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
I'm
so
good.
when you work full circle, sorry, I think my internet's having a hard time. When you're booking and you're selling and you're sharing, always working full circle. You guys have heard Becky's in the top 10 every week, and that's the key to doing it, right? Many of you have been in the top 10 each week. And so just working, selling, sharing. And in the comments, Becky, they're wondering, where are you getting your leads from?
Facial boxes. And some of the ones from this and the bridal fair that we did in January. When did we January? It's been a minute, but yep, still getting leads from there.
Yes, awesome. Perfect. And way to just follow up with people too. I know I met with people that I met in February today. And so if you guys have, yep, just like Becky said, it doesn't matter when you met them, just follow up with people all the time. And, I've been surprised about meeting people from September in June. So, just because you haven't heard from them doesn't mean you're not reaching out to them. So nice job, Becky. Woohoo! And number 1 from the Strunk unit, we have Des Prakash. Woohoo! All right. So Des, if you're on, go ahead and unmute and tell us what you did this week to get, she got, woohoo! And is she on tonight?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, awesome. Tell us how you got all those points and what you did this week.
Well, one thing that happened, and this was kind of got me excited. I went to, I had my Mary Kay pin on and forgot to take it off, but we went to Culver's to eat supper, my husband and I, and a lady come up to me and asked me if I sold Mary Kay, and I said, yeah. So I was shocked, but yeah, that made me think a lot more that I need to get going and get things done. But I also ordered extra of the things that are on sale just so that I have them. I kind of stocked up a little bit more. And I had a party, and I have another party this Saturday. So, and I have a couple facials. Tomorrow night I have my launch party. So it's that's about it.
Nice job. Oh my gosh, I love that. Just wearing your pin. I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, who's going to be wearing their pin tomorrow? Let's all start putting our pins on. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And that just goes to show that, Mary Kay's a recognizable brand, top 10 recognizable brand. And so, people are just like, oh, Mary Kay, oh my gosh. Like they might have been looking for a consultant or, you just, yeah. Oh, Jana said, yes, we attract people. So she was looking for someone and look at you. That was amazing. So nice job. So you had bookings in there. Looks like, yeah, you had bookings and yeah, you had your double facial in there, career chat. So it looks like you're also working full circle, right? And you're just reaching out to your amazing director and following the lead. So nice job. It was great to see a new face in there, and you just swept the board with your 6,928 points. No one even came close. Good job. Nice job. Woohoo! All right, awesome. Directors, let me know if I forgot any other announcements. Nice job, you guys. Next week will be our final, well, it might be our final week with these points, so keep on submitting your points. And now we're gonna go ahead and go into our breakout rooms. I love how Linda said, when we wear our Mary Kay pin, we need to be sure we have Mary Kay products on our face and our hair's fixed. Yes. And like Des just said, she got some products to have on hand too. And so now you're super prepared, when the next person says, oh my gosh, Mary Kay pin, you're like, here, let me go home. I have skincare sets that I just got at 55% off that I'm ready to sell at full retail value. And you're just ready and prepared. So nice job. Love it. Woohoo! Nice job to our top 10. I'm excited to see next week who's going to be in our top 10 as well. So you can sweep the scoreboard at any time and be a new face into our top 10. So I love that. All right, we're going to move into our breakout rooms. So if you have 0 bookings, you're going to stay right here in the main room. If you have 1 to 2 bookings, you're going to move into the bronze room. If you have 3 to 4 bookings, you're going to move into the silver room. And if you have 5 or more bookings, you're going to move into the gold room. So you should see a button at the bottom of your screen that says more, or it says breakout rooms. You can click on that and you can go directly into your breakout room. Does anybody have any questions finding your breakout room? Okay, looks like people are moving. And in the main room tonight, you get to hear from our amazing Judy Roman on some money management tips. So let's see if we have everyone moving.
I'm not being able to see my silver room.
Okay, let me see. It's showing up on my screen. Do you see like the box that says breakout room box?
Yeah, I see that, and
Then it should say
oh
silver.
wait, I found it. I
Okay.
didn't scroll down far enough.
You're good.
Whoops.
Okay. So everyone in here should be the correct group that you have. Okay, Judy, looks like you have 15 people in here. And looks like everyone is where they should be, I think. All right. Take it away, Judy.
Okay, thank you very much. I am on an iPad tonight, so I don't know how this is all going to work, but I've had one of those technological disaster days. So this is where we ended up. But I want you to know that my story is that I have been with Mary Kay 53 years and 6 months. Every time I call the company, they tell me that. And I have been single and self-supporting since 1980 with just my Mary Kay income. And I have never, ever taken another job. And I am me, myself, and I, sole support. So there's no backup here. And I think that's actually helped me over the years because there was no place else to go. And there was only one time when I ever checked to see about another job because I was annoyed about something. And corporate called and they fixed it, so I stayed. Anyway, that's my story. So the thing of it is, I'm 86 now, and most people who are in this age group, many of them die on a daily basis, I notice. But as a Mary Kay person, you want to focus on the long term and do not give up when things get rough, because you could end up in a place like where I am, where you're just divinely happy, still having something fun to do, and having your brain stimulated and still being able to buy fancy dresses and go on stage. And, it's just really a very cool lifestyle, I have to say. And so focus on the long term. Have an idea about where you're going, because a lot of people think they're going to have to live off of Social Security, and Social Security may not even be around when you all get there. So take good care of yourself. Okay. Do you know if you're making any money with Mary Kay? So a lot of people don't know. The only way you know is if you write yourself a paycheck. And there's a way that you have to make all this work. Number one, and I don't care what you're doing, if you're not doing this, it's incorrect and you need to fix it, because tracking and knowing where your money is and all of that is vitally important. Even if you hate doing it, it's something you have to do. It's like changing diapers when you have a baby. It is a necessity. So you need 2 checking accounts. One is personal and one is business. Now, the personal may be a family account, okay? But you have to have a business account so that when you deposit things from your credit card sales, it goes into the business account. When you deposit checks that you've gotten for sales, it goes into the business account. And you have to deposit the cash, friends. I know it's fun when you get cash at a party or after a facial to think you're going to stop at a place to pick up dinner. But no, no, no. That money has to go into your account because you will write yourself a paycheck from your business account. So when you do a deposit, and you know, a check register is your place to make notes. You can write all over it, but we're going to do the deposit when you have your sales. You're going to take at least 2 lines. One is going to be the sales and one is the sales tax. So you break that up and then you put the total deposit on the deposit line. So that at the end of the year, there is a sales tax credit when you do your taxes. So you have to know how much you've paid out in sales tax, which comes from the company, of course, and then how much you collected. And the difference between that two is a credit for you. Team building checks are 100% profit. So that is a good reason, among many, that you want to team build. Those commissions, I always save them to pay for seminar and leadership and career conference. And that really made it easy for me. And I would recommend that. If you're not saving, I mean, that is a great way to go to seminar. And, you know, the more people you have on your team, the bigger that account gets. Okay, expenses. You have expenses. Shipping, you know, when I started, it used to be the phone was so expensive, long distance. You know, we don't have any territories. I had consultants in 26 different states. And, you know, calling long distance was really the priciest part of my expenses. And shipping was minimal. But now shipping is the #1 expense, I think, for most of us. We pay a lot for our wholesale orders that come. And customers on my website, if they buy $75 or more, I pay the shipping. And you can put that on your website that they do that. And they'll order more to get free shipping. PCP, your preferred customer program, that comes from a very important place in my heart. You have to do that, girls. If you have a customer, your customer deserves to get a lookbook 4 times a year. That's how she knows what is new and what's happening. So make sure that you have enrolled them. And you have to, you know, have them on your InTouch site in the customers. And if they're not into that yet, it's a high learning curve when you first start, but once you get it going, then it makes it easy. Like when it comes time to enroll in PCP, you can check one box, it'll enroll everybody, and you just pay the bill. Okay. Supplies outside of section 2. You know, we have to buy a little cotton pad. Sometimes you buy hair bands, all those kinds of things. And people get crazy. You have to keep the receipts, but you do not have to organize the receipts. I put them in a box, and at the end of the year, I put them in an envelope. If I'm ever audited and I have to go through them, I have them. But I'm not going to go through and do that, you know, for no reason. You also want to keep track of your mileage. That is tax deductible also. And credit card fees. Now, I know some of you don't use ProPay, but I do because I can't figure out anything else. And they will tell you what their fees are. So when you do a ProPay transfer of funds, you take those sales tickets and you put down what the sale is and what the tax is. Same thing, only it's transferred in from ProPay. So you put that in your check register and it goes into your business account. If you're paying for meetings, write a check. And I think most people, if the director will take a monthly check, so you don't have to write them every week. But if you do, that's okay. That is a tax deductible expense for you. And of course, seminar and career conference are tax deductible. And that includes your airfare, your room, your meals while you're traveling, the registration fee, everything that goes on while you're on that trip. Okay? All righty, let's keep going here. You want to watch out for extra expenses because when people get you involved in something that you're paying for, they always put it down as to the bare minimum. Like we say, I don't know, we used to have a dollar amount that we'd say you can use this every day and it costs you, a price of a cup of coffee is way more than what it costs to wear a Mary Kay. That's all I know. Anyway, those little things do add up. And I would challenge all of you to do an inventory of what you are paying for and add it all up and see if you're getting the benefit that you thought you were going to get from signing up for whatever it is you're signed up for. And it can be a variety of things. But you do need to inventory that at least on an annual basis. Semi-annual would be even better. And sometimes it's just like your closet. You need to clear things out and not pay that anymore. Okay. Well, things like, I think there's some apps and stuff you pay for. So, check those out. Okay. Do not sell to other people for 50% off. And family is the one that usually tries to snag you there. You're losing money when you do that because you are paying the shipping on it. You are paying the sales tax on it. So my family discount is 30%. My daughter-in-law is a wonderful customer. She is thrilled to death to get a 30% discount. Just loves it. And your family will too. And if you got off on the wrong foot with them, you just have to say, whew, I went back and looked at this and, I can't afford to do, what I pay for it anymore. I have to cover some expenses here and just change it. They'll keep using it. They're not going to go somewhere else. If they do, well, they weren't that nice to you to begin with. Okay. And then you want to write yourself a paycheck. And this is going to come from your business checking account. I always wrote myself one every week. Friday, I always went to the bank, wrote myself a paycheck, went shopping. That was my very favorite day of the week. Saturday, I, either did appointments, finished up. We had to mail our sales tickets and reports to the director. So you guys have it easy. You can just get on the computer. And if you haven't figured that out yet, do, because it's nice to know what you're selling and setting goals for your sales and seeing how it all comes together. I have some people on this tonight that were not very good about doing it, but they are now, and I'm very proud of them because they've seen the benefit of it. Okay, so you're going to write it weekly, either bi-weekly or monthly, whatever you want to do, and then show that to your family. If you have just a husband or a family, that you are contributing this money to the family. That gives you credibility. And when you're going out to do a Mary Kay appointment, they know, well, she's going to go make some money for us, so we get to do, something special. I don't know. Maybe you're paying for vacations. Okay. Oh, I already said that. Oh, you guys are so nice to put up with me. The only way you get rich. Does everybody want to know how you get rich? Well, first of all, when you make your deposits, remember, 60% of that goes to replace your product and 40% is your profit. But out of your profit, you still have to pay those nice on your check register. If you, when you make a deposit, you then, take 40% out and maybe have another space in your check register where you put the money you can actually spend. But you do need to have an inventory. Is not an expense. It is an investment because you get money back. You get a lot of money back from your investment. So be sure that you think of it that way. And when we had a situation with somebody that was waiting for their student loan to come in to put in an order, and I said, no, don't do that. That's for your education. And that's where that money should be spent, not on a Mary Kay order. You need to figure out another way. And the Mary Kay credit card is a very good deal because the whole first year that you have that, they don't charge you any interest, so that you have an opportunity to build your inventory and not pay interest. And just sidebar on credit cards, your credit card interest, if you don't pay it off every month, the credit card interest is based on your average daily balance on that card. And at the end of the month, they take the interest that is due and they add that into the average daily balance. So you never want to make a minimum payment. It's better if you pay off the whole credit card and then start using it again than to be paying interest on a big average daily balance. And that's really important for you to understand. But the way that you get rich is, number one, you can sell a lot of Mary Kay. And you also want to help other people to join the company and build your team. My biggest income does not now come from my Mary Kay sales and customers. It's still nice. It comes, from my director commissions. And if you look at your applause, you can see what director commissions are. They're very, very healthy. And as directors, we not only get a commission off of our own unit, and that commission, remember, comes from the company. It's not out of our consultants' pockets. It comes from the company's share of the profits. But then as a senior director, then that director who's under you, whatever her wholesale production is, we also get to add that to our commission check. So that's why those checks get to be so big. And then, we're earning cars. A lot of us take cash instead of the car. We're currently qualifying for Cadillac number 24, which is, just makes my head spin to even think about that, but I'm happy about it. Okay. But you get rich by automatically saving, by setting up that the bank is going to take so much out of your account every month and put it into savings. And the Roth IRA is a wonderful place to put your money because you pay the taxes on the money before you put it in, but you don't pay taxes on it when you take it out. And you don't pay taxes on the growth that you get from the investments in the IRA account. So the automatic millionaire is the person who puts money aside every month and makes a difference. And I have done this with my daughter, and she fought me on it. Well, she fights me on everything. She's a daughter. She said, I can't, we live paycheck to paycheck. I cannot be, taking money out and putting it away. And I said, is that right? She said, yes, not even $10 a month, Mother. I said, okay. I said, well, how much could you put in if I matched it? She said, you would be my personal 401k? I said, yeah. She said, well, let me think about it and I'll call you back. So 48 hours later, she called me back. She said, I think I can do 35. Okay. So that's how we started. And it really gets exciting when you see that balance increase, increase, increase. And time is on your side. The sooner you do it, the longer you have for the money to grow. So you can talk to your financial people about that. All right. Anybody have any questions on anything? I can't read the little things at the bottom, but you can unmute and ask if you're unclear about something. We still have a few minutes, like almost 10. You have to unmute so I can hear you. And on my iPad, I can't see all 15 of you. So I am at a distinct disadvantage here. But I'd love to hear from somebody. Tell me something you learned that you're excited to try if you don't have a question. Anybody out there?
Now, how much did you say we should put in the savings, our savings? Like a percentage or?
Well, you know, whatever you want to start with. And, you know, I set it up in a Roth IRA. I mean, even if it's $10 a month, starting and building it really makes a difference. And for my granddaughter, when she graduated high school, I put $1,000 in a Roth account for her. And she didn't pay any attention to it for years. Now she's getting married to a financial guy. And she's very proud. And she told me, okay, Grandma, now I get it. And, you know, and I'm adding to it, because when she went back and looked at it, it had been enough years that there was a big increase in the balance and she hadn't done anything. So time is always on your side. And it's whatever you think you can, you know, you want to start with. And the thing of it is that's so amazing about this system is that you don't miss the money. If you never have it in your account, you don't miss it, but you know that you're going to have it there to make sure that it goes out every month. And you can always change it, but it has to be automatic and it has to be monthly. Thank you for the question, Joyce.
Sure.
What did you learn tonight?
I learned about that because I thought we used to do in the Mary Kay the one checking account, but I learned about going to do the two different checking accounts and then having also a savings account aside for your Mary Kay.
Right.
So,
and the other thing is you want 2 credit cards. Forgot about this. One is for your business, one is for your personal. Do not flood yourself with a lot of credit cards because that's where you get into trouble. You have to know what your boundaries are and how much you can spend. Don't, you know, people think, well, I can make that payment so I can buy this. That's a very bad way of putting your life together. You want to make sure, you know, it's better to save for it and then get it. Put it on layaway if you can. So your business credit card is, you know, that's where you place your wholesale orders. And that's another thing. I know that people take money out of their ProPay account to pay for wholesale orders. But I like taking the wholesale order on the business credit card because I want to be able to see on my credit card statement the amount that matches, like when I place a wholesale order on the sheet that they send me my inventory on. And those are important to me. They may not be to other people, but I don't know how you keep it straight if you're paying for your orders out of your ProPay account. I always leave at least $100 in that account because I have a couple of people, you know, who will give me an order and I'm going to ship it to them, but they're going to send me a check. So I have to use my funds, you know, in the account to pay for it. Yeah, so 2 credit cards, 2 checking accounts, and a savings account. I mean, you have to be set up for business. And there's a high learning curve on all of this stuff. And it's dreadful when you first get started. Nobody's excited about it. But once you get your systems in place and you got them functioning, you're home free. It works. Okay.
Sounds good.
Anybody else have a comment or a question?
I also had a comment. I had to break the family wanting the whole discount also. I had to break that tie because
Absolutely.
yeah, it was like, I'm not making anything here, but I would make them pay the shipping. I was like, oh no, I'm not paying the shipping too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 30% for a family discount is very, very good. And at first, you know, you don't need to give them anything. You're having to build your business. You can't afford to be even doing that. Now, you know, if they give you some referrals and they're hosting parties, that's different. Then they can use their hostess credit to get things for free. Yeah. I'm really interested to see if anybody else learned anything or whether I was just blowing smoke here tonight. Come on, girls.
Hey, Judy,
Open
this
up. Say something.
is Dolores.
Hi. Hi,
You know,
Dolores.
hi. I'm sorry I came in late on the finance piece, but it is something that is really very important to teach the new consultants, mainly because, you know, most people haven't potentially ever dealt with a business. And to understand, you cannot rob from yourself. I've got one of my Mary Kay sisters. We keep going around and around to her. Oh, I just can't. I said, get a separate account. You got to keep your money separate. And, you know, it's just so, you know, they're just some of those basic things, I guess. I don't know whether we learned them when we were younger, watching our mothers or what, but it's just, you know, it's just the basics. You know, and I know it's hard because I know they tell us that, you know, you can't give tax advice. Well, that's not tax advice. This is how you run your business. Your tax man will take care of how you run your business to make sure you're putting money back for expenses and stuff. And thank you again for the savings account. I've never pushed my business enough to keep a separate savings account for that. But that is excellent too, because just in case you have an oopsie, then that would give you a backup so that you don't, you know, strike out on something. Because once in a while, maybe a double charge happens or something that might slide over, but you protect yourself. But it is good finance pieces. And so,
well, I'll tell you what, I think getting team members and putting all those commissions in there is really a great idea.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Who else has a comment? Thank you, Dolores. Well, I think I got 1 minute left here. You know, when you teach something, you always want to know what somebody learned. And if you didn't learn anything, then maybe I didn't teach the right thing. So then I would need to make an adjustment. So I appreciate it when I get some feedback. Nobody else is going to talk to me. I'm so sad. It's a sad and awful thing, girls. Marilyn Bell, are you on there? Marilyn.
Can you all hear me?
I do want to hear you.
I was just asking my director just a few days ago about the product replacement amount, the percentage, and the income percentage. And so I'm thankful that you touched on that because I've been in the Mary Kay business since 2008, but I'm getting ready to retire. Friday will be my last day
All right.
income. And so I'm going to step out on faith and try this Mary Kay thingy. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited because I know that, the Lord keeps asking me, what do you have in your hand? What do you have in your hand? And every time I think I'm going to quit, somebody will order. And so now it's time for me to, we have a
Well,
mortgage.
when you're writing yourself a paycheck and you realize you're making money, it's a huge difference. So you have, getting your systems in place and let people know that you're retired and you're now full-time Mary Kay, because that will help your business. It's like the lady who wore her pin. Well, we used to wear our pin upside down and people would say, do you know you have your pin on upside down? You go, oh, my Mary Kay pin? Oh, I'm so sorry. Have you ever had an opportunity to give your opinion on Mary Kay products? It just is a wonderful thing.
Right.
So good for you and happy retirement. That's exciting.
Thank you. I ordered 3 facial boxes and I've already set up a place to put all 3 of them. So I think I might have to get some more. So yeah.
Good for you. I want to hear more from you as time goes on.
I will. Thank you so much.
Yay. You're welcome. I guess we know when everybody comes back, right?
I just closed all of the rooms, so they should be coming back soon.
Okay.
It asked me, so I did it.
Good for you. We were finished a couple minutes early, so I got to hear from some people.
I love that.
Me too.
Here they come. Welcome back, amazing ladies. Once Linda hops in here, Linda's going to close us out. So we're just waiting for Linda to get back and to inspire us. Did y'all have a good time tonight? Yay!
Yes.
Next month's going to be really powerful in our meetings. All right, Linda, we're ready. I think. Linda, you're muted out.
Hear you.
Sorry about that. It must have muted me when we came back into the room. This is a quote from James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habits. And if you haven't ever read Atomic Habits, you need to put that on your reading list. But he says there is an enormous difference between working hard on something that is a grind and working hard on something that comes easily to you. Exceptional results almost exclusively happen when you work hard on an area where you have some natural aptitude. Play to your strengths. Now, in our business, there's certain things we have to do. Like maybe we don't have the natural aptitude to feel comfortable to pick up the phone and make a booking call. Those things we have to do anyway, otherwise we have no business. But we can do some of those things that we have to do, but we also need to look at what are we really good at, and it's okay to capitalize on that and grow on that, rather than I have learned it's good to work hard to improve what you're already good at than to work hard on something you aren't good at or don't love, because your results won't be as much. And so there are certain things we have to do no matter what in this business, but there are certain things that if we do more of those, then we are going to be more effective. So this week, think about what is it. Don't spend a lot of time thinking about what you don't do well. think about what you do well and think of how you can improve that even to a greater level. So that is what I wanted to close with. We are all good at something, and we're all able to do the things that we need to do, even if we don't love them, the things we truly need to do. And so do those things because we need to do them no matter what. But what is it that you love, that you enjoy, that you can even expand on more and be more effective? So that's what I have for you. Think about that while you're working hard this week. This week is so important for you personally to get where you want to go, because that also is your jump off point for July. We don't just hit June 30th and go, I made it to whatever, or I didn't make it to whatever it is. But we are getting a running start at a fabulous seminar year 2026 as we finish up seminar 2025. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye.
Happy birthday, Eve, to Donna.
Oh, yes.
Happy birthday, Donna.
Thank you. Thank you.